This is Chillin, author, back again with video number 11. Please refer back to 1 through 10 to understand why I'm doing these short videos. And please excuse any noise you hear. It's my stupid fridge. So, I'm just going to continue on like it's a continuous video. So please refer back to videos 1 through 10. This is Chillin, the author, having a couch conversation. But right now, it's loud with that fridge in the kitchen. So I got a different fridge, not a new one. They didn't give me a new one. They gave me a used one, and it's acting up still. So I got those things to deal with. But I was saying how my aunt and uncle are only 10. I have a small family. Talking about mental health in regards to the series I just saw on the OWN network, Speak Sis, where African American women show, like, they just showed me like how to be vulnerable and share your story and that you're not alone. And Oprah did a fantastic job, or whoever, the production crew, whatever, the panelists on there, and even the audience sharing their truth. You know how they let a couple of people talk, sharing their truth. So it was great. So please go watch it. They don't know nothing about me, so I'm just doing it because I'm just telling you because it will help you understand mental health, whether you have mental illness or you have mental concerns. Okay, and I just explained that a second ago. So this will be about 10 minutes because my phone just will decide to tell me it has been captured. So yeah, so my uncle and aunt are only up to 12 years older, because they're only 2 years apart. And they're young. They're like 14 years younger than my mom, right? Because my grandmother had 2 sets. You know how they call it, 2 sets of kids? Yeah, she had my mom by her first, and 2 more 14 years later after. So they don't understand me. And my aunt's a good person, but she even said she don't want to get in the middle. She's not going to get in the middle of it. And she's a nurse, and she understands all about mental health. But when it comes to me, she'll tell me to pray on it. And I'm like, okay. See, you pray, plus you got to talk about it. and therapists all day long. I can have a therapist all day long, and I have had therapists all day long. But they just outsiders looking in. I mean, they can help me, teach me how to cope. But until, like, my mother has that frank talk and my father and me have that frank talk, it's still going to just bother me forever, right? And I know that's my business. But on the flip side, I can't just keep going to visit when it's fake. And I see my father, stepmother, and daughter and their granddaughter, step-granddaughter like this. And then when I go visit my mother, her and my younger sister are like this, and I call it this called tight. And when it comes to me, it's all surface. It's not real. And I've been gaslighted for umpteen years. I finally figured out these are the words for it. Umpteen years. And I dated a narcissist. I figured that's what that was. 11 years. So come on. You gonna date somebody for 11 years and it not turn into marriage? We never lived together, and that's also part of the narcissism, because he just did it. He just knew how to do enough to keep me coming back. 11 years, and then it ended, and so I'm happily single. And yes, I'm happy. I'm thankful. I'm happy and thankful. Because I have a roof over my head. I got food to eat. Even though my fridge broke a couple of days ago and I lost all my food, I was able to go to the store and get some more. So for that, I'm thankful. But I just hope they come and they fix this motor, or they're going to have to give me another fridge. So they need to stop giving people used fridges. Okay? Because they're just making it hard on themselves. So anyway, trying to cut costs. What do you pay rent for? Okay, so anyway, yeah, I had a house already, so don't be like, didn't get your own. I already had a house. So please refer to Chillin, the author, for real, on my Chillin, the author page, main page, and the sub pages, of course. You know, you can find Chillin, the author, where you can go to Amazon and buy my books, because I had a house. And then later on I became homeless, so it's all in my book. But now I'm in an apartment. It's my apartment. And, you know, my kids, they've been on their own. And I'm not married, so, you know, I will talk about my other videos. That's, you know, that's one of my desires, is to be married. So I'm believing in that still. Even though I was with somebody for 11 years. Yeah. So now you know how the word narcissist is floating around. Then you go look it up and be like, oh, that's what went on. Oh, okay. That's what went on with him and I. But he was a narcissist, not me. But I forgot what they said. Oh, yeah. Narcissists, they use your vulnerability. They use your vulnerability to feed their souls. And he did that for 11 years. How else do you do that? Okay. So, yeah, I watched Speak Sis with an all African American audience and panel on Oprah. She was on the screen, you know, she was like at home on the screen or whatever. Everybody else was in the audience. And that really opened my eyes to show that I'm not alone. I'm not alone with my childhood trauma. And I was saying in all these other videos, childhood trauma is not only physical, it's mental. So I have mental PTSD. And only now is it being talked about it. And it was affirmed yesterday when I watched the special on OWN, Speak Sis, because it's like a psychiatrist for, I think she said for children. She understands childhood trauma. And they all have personal stories to tell. So she said it's real. No matter if you're a psychiatrist, a lawyer, a doctor, work at McDonald's, you work in healthcare, we all have trauma. It's just how people decide to either ignore it, because it never goes away. You can ignore it because you got other things to place it, or some people are sad and depressed. And that's why you see all this nonsense going on, because a lot of people are sad and depressed. If everybody was happy in this world, do you think all this stuff would be going on? No. So, for the ones that say that, get over it, and the ones that, I'm a Christian myself, so Christians, other Christians that say you don't pray hard enough or this or that, they just don't get it. But now churches are talking about it, so they can't say that no more, because they understand you need, if you got mental health concerns, you need to seek help, and that's through your doctor, who normally will refer you to a psychiatrist, and then through that you go see a therapist. So even churches are now acknowledging mental health is real. Celebrities been talking about it. Roger P. Henson, all this good stuff. Oprah is speaking specifically about mental health. It's awesome. So many celebrities, just I can't just name them all right now. And please forgive the loud noise of the fridge and these short videos, 10-minute intervals, because of my phone. It's because of my phone. Okay. So, man, I guess maybe I can sum this up, because I was just saying something about bipolar. You can't just look at me and just think know that I'm bipolar, because even when I went to work, nobody knew that. But I would be more on the depressed anxiety side. The bipolar, when that came about, I just quit the job, and they be good jobs too. When I can't deal with it, I don't go nowhere and act out and act a fool. I know how to act, but I know that I said, it's time to quit. And I don't give 2 weeks. I quit, meaning when I get up the next day, get my kids off to school, whatever, just when they was young, they're grown now, I quit. No, let me take that back. I'm sorry. Because I work raising my kids. I work doing my kids, and I had good jobs, but yeah, I would get another job. That's it. I was good at getting jobs, because I know how to have interviews. Ooh, I know. Next video coming up.